one and only SK Shane Warne. Thank you, and congratulate you on coming back to cricket, and maybe you can explain why you made that phone call to me.
Yeah, no, thanks, Ed, and thanks everyone for coming. And yeah, it was an interesting thing. There's been, as you sort of said, Ed, there's been a few offers about coming out to play, and I was sort of pretty comfortable where I was at the moment. But then looking back about how lucky I've been with Australia and Australian cricket and what I've been able to achieve at the highest level with a great group of players. When Cricket Australia started to launch this new Big Bash and something new with all the city-based teams, it was something that was quite exciting. And then there was a few offers about play a game here or there, and I thought, well, if I'm going to do this, let's do it properly. Looking at the team that Greg Shipperd and Cameron White have put together, having Eddie and Clinton, everybody else that's involved, with David Evans involved in the Melbourne Stars, I thought it was a great opportunity where I can actually give something back to the game of cricket. It's been so good to me, and there's so many good young players. With my kids getting older, 14, 12 and 10, they love coming down to watch 2020. MCG is a great place to have the children to come down and watch a game. They can grab a seat and watch a game of cricket. So for me, it was something that I thought, well, let's do this properly. I'm fitter than I've ever been. And over the next sort of month or so, I started to really get into the bowling and doing all those sorts of things and involved in the Melbourne Stars. So it was something that sort of excited me. It's something that, with Cricket Australia, to start something new. And I think it's going to be exciting. That's basically why I rang Ed and said, you know what, Ed, I want to do this properly.
And then I fell off the deck chair down at Faulkner Park, couldn't believe what had happened. And in many ways, I was thinking about the significance of this. When you look at Shane standing in the game, in the Wisden rankings and things like that, if you can imagine what it must have been like if in 1950 Sir Donald Bradman decided to make a comeback and get back into playing cricket again. That's the significance. You know, telling my kids that Shane Warne would be able to go and watch Shane Warne play, they're beside themselves. They know Cam White, they know the Victorian guys, they know the Australian team coming through. But to have Shane be involved here at the MCG and to have such a competition, 7 games, hopefully 9 games for us.
Hopefully
because,
9.
let there be no mistake. As much as we're into the show business, we're also in the business of winning. We want to win the premiership. We want to go over to India. We want to win everything that's on offer. This is a professional sports organisation, as I said, with the best coaches, the best players, and now one of the greatest players ever coming back to play cricket, not to be showboating, but to play cricket and win. Having said that, there'll be a bit of showboating because Foxtel are going to be involved, and we're going to do something that's never been done before in cricket, have unprecedented access to the change rooms and to the team and to Warnie on the ground. So we're going to have an amazing rollout of new things, and in many ways this is the biggest thing to happen to cricket, I believe, since Kerry Packer and World Series cricket revolutionised it in the 70s.
Well, look, it's something, if I wasn't confident in my own form and being able to be part of the team, I don't think I would have probably taken up that 1 or 2 games, just come out and get whacked around a little bit, because that's what happens in 2020. But you know, I think I'm in such a good shape at the moment. I feel excited about playing cricket again, involved in a good team, and I think I can, you know, have some sort of significant role that whatever Whitey wants me to have and Shippy want me to have, I'm happy to do. So I wouldn't be going into this and playing all 9 games, hopefully, that without a sense of confidence in my ability that I could actually go out there and make a difference.
Nicky?
Shane, was Melbourne Stars a cut and dry decision? I assume there will be other clubs or other teams that approached you.
Yeah, I did have a few other offers. I think what attracted me most here was the team that Cameron White and Greg Shipperd put together, the off-field team with Eddie, Clint, David Evans and everyone involved. And just something, you know, the MCG's been my backyard for 20 years. I've always been something special here. I love playing here. You know, the people of Melbourne always get behind me and the Australian team that we played, or Victoria. So it's something that I think the MCG was something that really swayed it for me to say, look at the teams that we put together. It wasn't definitely colour. I thought it might have been black and white with Eddie here, but it definitely wasn't the green that persuaded me. But I think that...
There's a bit of green.
but I think it was more just the MCG and playing there, yeah.
Thanks, Tony.
Thanks, Eddie. Shane, when Eddie said you nearly fell off his deck chair, was that when you started talking about money?
Can I answer that, Tony, just in the first instance? I'll say this, the deal that was agreed on to play 2 games is exactly the same deal as was agreed to play hopefully 9 games. So there was no phone call from James Erskine or from Shane to say, okay, we've got a deal for 2 games and a bit of an appearance and, you know, a little bit of show business. This was sincere, and we were happy to pay the money for 2 games, and we're very happy to pay it for the full freight. So from that point of view, it was fantastic. There was no issue.
So, Shane, is it a token payment?
Well, look, I'm not here. It's got nothing to do with money. If it was something to do with money about me coming out to play cricket, I'd still be playing in the IPL. I retired that. This is something that I'm passionate about. It's something that I think is unique to Australian cricket. It's a city-based cricket team. It's something new, and that's what it sort of enticed me more to get involved with Cricket Australia, to put something back into the game, to help out Whitey, Shippy, all the young kids that are there, to pass on my knowledge to them. To come back and play at the MCG is pretty special. My kids that are 14, 12 and 10 can't really remember Dad playing cricket that much now, so now they might be able to remember me out there playing at the MCG, which would be fun. And hence the 7 games. And as Ed said, it's the same money. It's, you know, there's salary caps and all that sort of stuff in here, so you can only get X amount of dollars, and that's what it's got nothing to do with the money. I promise you it hasn't got anything to do with that. Otherwise, as I said, I'd be playing IPL still. But this is about actually wanting to be part of the Melbourne Stars, being able to impart my knowledge onto the next generation of players or all the players that are currently playing now. And for my kids and for Elizabeth to come out and see me playing cricket here at MCG, which will be pretty special.
All right, Jules.